Let us now know about the classification of sulci. Human brain is around 2200 centimeter cube, of which 2/3 is hidden and only 1/3 is exposed onto the surface. Human brain till 3rd month is lissencephalic, that means it does not have any sulci, it is completely smooth. By the 4th month, lateral sulcus starts appearing, eventually followed by other main sulci, the central sulcus, the calcarine sulcus, the parieto-occipital sulcus, the cingulate sulcus. So by nearly around 7th month, all the sulci are formed. So these sulci have certain classification. So according to the functional area, according to the functional distribution, these sulci are classified into limiting, axial and operculated. So this classification is according to the functional distribution. Limiting sulcus means any sulci which divides the motor area from the sensory area is limiting sulcus, and the classical example is the central sulcus. So this one is a central sulcus, which is a classical limiting sulci, separating the agranular motor cortex in front from the sensory cortex behind. Similarly, anterior part of the calcarine sulcus also you see here, this is on the medial surface of left cerebral hemisphere. This anterior part of this calcarine sulcus also is limiting sulcus because it separates the sensory area, that is the visual cortex present in the posterior part of the calcarine sulcus. It is separating the sensory area from the motor area, which is in this gyrus, which is called as the lingual gyrus. But the classical example is central sulcus. Second one is axial sulcus. Any sulcus which lodges the functional area within it, which forms an axis, the floor of that sulcus forming an axis for the functional area is axial sulcus, that is this posterior part of the calcarine sulcus. This posterior part of the calcarine sulcus lodges the visual area in it. Hence it is an example of axial sulcus. Operculated sulcus, if you see the operculated sulcus here, it is the lunate sulcus present over here, forms an example of operculated sulcus because its lip, opercula means having two lips and a floor. Its lips separate the striate area from the peristriate area. That means the lips are separating the area number 17 from area number 19, whereas its floor contains parastriate area, that is area number 18. This type of sulcus is called operculated sulcus, and the example is lunate sulcus. I repeat, for the limiting sulcus, the example is central sulcus. For the axial sulcus, the example is posterior part of the calcarine sulcus. For the operculated sulcus, it is the lunate sulcus. This is one type of classification. Second type of classification is according to indentation produced on the lateral ventricle. According to the indentation produced on the lateral ventricle. Any sulci which dips inside and goes and produces an elevation or an indentation on the cavity of the forebrain, that is the lateral ventricle, is complete sulcus. So according to this, we have complete and incomplete. So any sulcus which dips inside, produces an elevation on the lateral ventricle is complete. And two examples of complete sulci are collateral sulcus seen on the inferior surface, collateral sulcus producing collateral eminence on the inferior horn of the lateral ventricle, and calcarine sulcus, this one is the, this is calcarine sulcus producing calcar avis on the posterior horn of the lateral ventricle. So the examples of complete sulci are collateral sulcus producing collateral eminence, calcarine sulcus producing calcar avis on the lateral ventricle. All the remaining sulci of the cerebral hemisphere are incomplete. Third type of classification is according to development. Any sulci which is formed independently without any secondary influence are primary sulci. And any sulci which is produced due to secondary influence or due to molding of the brain are secondary sulci. So the examples for the secondary sulci are lateral sulcus, this one, and parieto-occipital sulcus. These two sulci are secondary sulci. Rest all the sulci of the cerebral hemisphere are primary. So this is all about the classification. Now by chance, if anyone asks you, this is superior frontal sulci, this is inferior frontal sulci, what type of sulci it is? So it is not producing anything on the lateral ventricle, so it has to be incomplete, and it is primary because it is not grown according to secondary influence. So you can say it is primary and incomplete type of sulci. If anyone asks what is lateral sulcus, it is secondary, incomplete. It is secondary and incomplete. Likewise, you can say any sulci, it belongs to what type. This is a question which can be asked in the theory, classify the sulci. Thank you.